We're getting jiggy this week, blasting back to the clubs of the late 90s for this all new episode. And unlike Monica, Rob and I are always up for getting down on the first night. Hello and welcome to Totally 80s and 90s Recall. This is a podcast where we'll dive into everything the radical decades of the 1980s and 90s through our way, from car phones and pagers to cool water cologne and starter jackets. If you're new to the show, it's awesome that you joined us today. And for our returning listeners and subscribers, it's great to have you back. I am one of your hosts, David, joined as always by the KC to my JoJo. All his life, he's been my good friend, Rob.
Did you ever have a pager?
No.
No, you didn't. All right.
No, Ryan had a pager.
Yeah, because
We've discussed that before.
Yeah, he's either a drug dealer or a pimp. That's the only reason you have a pager.
Yeah,
I have a lot to pack into today's introduction. So,
Nice.
Well, it's been 1 week since we were all together. And just to recap, it's been a week since our listeners cocked their heads to the side and said, I'm angry. That last episode really sparked some discussion. You all laughed with us saying, get that together, come back and see me. It's been a week since our listeners threw their arms in the air and said, you're crazy. It's been a week since, it's also been a week since that well-meaning fan tackled Dave in the Taco Bell parking lot. He still has the rug burns on both knees to prove it. That was scary. You all dropped your arms to the side and said, I'm sorry. You all said, you just did that. You just did what I thought you were going to do. We're that predictable. Before we get into today's episode, Dave and I need you to hold it now and watch the hoodwink as we make you stop and think. In today's episode, we hope to do the following. Make a break and take a fake. I'm not really sure what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Make you think you're looking at Aquaman. See the show because then you'll know the vertigo is going to grow. Help you avoid the Chinese chicken because when you have a drumstick, your brain will cease to tick. Summon the fish to the dish, although we like the Chalet Swiss. Do you have a cheese of choice?
Good, that's good.
Okay. Like Harrison Ford, we might get a little frantic.
Oh.
Like Sting, we might get a little tantric. I'd prefer not to.
No, he's good at that.
Yeah. Like Snickers, we're guaranteed to satisfy.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to share, we have a little summer to-do list.
Oh.
You and I do. Dave and I are looking into getting a set of better clubs as we're going to find that the kind with the tiny nubs, just so our irons don't always are always flying off the backswing. We're going to watch some X-Files with no lights on. Dave and I really hope that Smokey Man's in this one.
Always.
Yeah. Dave and I need to get in tune with Sailor Moon because that cartoon has got the boom anime babes that makes us think the wrong thing. Now, after today's episode, you might try to match wits and you'll try to hold us, but we bust through. So if you walk away from today's episode, Dave and I need you to know this. Today's episode is so dangerous, you might just need to sign a waiver.
Oh. Dave
and I have a tendency to wear our minds on our sleeves, and we have a history of taking off our shirts or losing our shirts.
I've done both.
Yeah. Like Kurosawa, we make mad films. Okay, we don't make films, but if we did, they'd have a samurai.
I did live in Japan.
Yeah. You were born there. No. Yeah,
I was born in Okinawa.
Yeah, we're dans la maison, which is French for in the house. Mm-hmm. We're like the sushi because it's never touched a frying pan. We're hot like wasabi when we bust rhymes. We think we're big like Leanne Rimes because we're all about value. We'd like a stinking aching shake. Personally, I like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Dave and I are the kind of guys who laugh at a funeral. Maybe you can't understand what we mean. Well, you soon will. We want to reiterate that everybody already knows that the German orchestra leader, multi-instrumentalist, music producer, arranger, and composer, Bert Kaempfert, has the mad hits. And your random fact of the day, Birchmount Stadium is a multi-purpose outdoor sports facility in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is the home of the Robbie. It's the world's largest youth soccer tournament for charity. Also, did you know that fresh wasabi leaves can be eaten raw, having a spicy flavor, but a common side effect is diarrhea?
I like that you got diarrhea into the show,
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, the last two things weren't lyrics to the song, were they? Those were just extra things you tossed in.
Wasabi is in the song.
I got that
Yes.
part. Not about the diarrhea.
No.
Okay.
Wasabi is, though.
You think when they wrote that song, I think
they do mention Birchmont Stadium.
Yeah.
Home of the Robbie.
You just gave us more facts about it. Yeah.
So in case you've ever listened to that and you wonder, what does that mean?
Oh, I got you.
There you go.
I feel like a lot of that song, they just put words together that rhyme.
It makes no
sense. Like, them and Beck were on the same writing team of just words that rhyme with other words.
We like the sushi because it never touched the frying pan.
It's raw.
It is. Do you like sushi?
No.
Are you a sushi guy?
Absolutely not.
I figured you'd be a sushi guy.
No.
What about a California roll?
No.
It's not sushi.
I don't like it either.
It's like
it's just rice.
It makes you think it's sushi, but it's not.
But the seaweed sucks.
You don't do the seaweed?
No.
Oh. We like a good California roll.
Yeah, you guys are...
not the sushi, though.
You guys are adventurous. You and the wife, adventurous. Well, it's a good hello. Yeah. It didn't take quite 1 week, but it got there.
Hey, good job.
Every week. All right. So, hey, it's officially summertime. School's over. So the kids are at home.
Yeah.
It's officially started.
It is.
Are you excited about the summertime?
I am.
You're going
some projects. We got some projects. We got camping.
Yeah. I don't know if the projects are exciting, but the camping's good.
Yeah.
Projects equals work around the house.
This is true.
That's all that equals.
Things that need to be done all year.
Yeah. Well, to kick off our summer, you and I, as the debut of this episode, the day before, today's Tuesday, would be a Tuesday. On Monday, we were guests on.
We were.
Another podcast, another nostalgia podcast, right. Pop Culture Yearbook. We were invited.
Good guys.
Yeah, us too. We went on there, had some fun. We talked about 80s blockbuster movies.
Yes.
And people have to tune in.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
Shout out to my man, Pete.
Oh, yes. Who was unfortunately not with us.
No, but I filled in well.
Yeah, he was there in spirit, and Rob tried to emulate a little bit. Even though you don't know him, you tried to emulate him.
No, but I think him and I are kindred spirits.
Kindred spirits. Pete. You're on the same wavelength. So you've got that thing going. I forget what it's called, but you got that telepath. You got the shine.
I got the ESPN.
No, you guys okay. I like the shine better.
Oh, okay.
But we were on there. We were bringing some heat. We're like those relievers you bring out of the bullpen. Remember the Nasty Boys in Cincinnati?
That's right.
I'm Rob Dibble. You can be Norm Charlton.
Okay.
So I forget the third one. Myers?
I don't remember.
There were three of them. They called them the Nasty Boys.
That's right.
I think that's when they won the World Series.
Was that the Phillies?
No, it was the Reds.
The Reds.
Remember they had Chris Sabo over there third with the goggles?
Chris Sabo with the goggles.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You were a Cincinnati Red. You had a Cincinnati Red hat.
I had the hat.
I remember
because I just liked the hat.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good hat.
Yeah.
The red with the white C. It looked good.
It's like everybody else said. You said that I saw a post online and talked about everybody had a Charlotte Hornets jacket.
I did not,
and nobody knows why. They're not even fans.
But a lot of people did just because they like those colors together, the purple and the teal and all that. But you and I didn't rock any Charlotte Hornets.
No, I had a Rockies hat.
Oh yeah, you did.
Not a Rockies fan.
No,
but you had a Marlins hat.
I did.
So we had the expansion team.
Yeah, we sometimes we just liked hats. I don't know. You've got several collegiate hats. Aren't really colleges you support or do anything with. You just end up in lids, and you're like, I like that hat.
Yeah, I had the Portland,
and then they're like,
Portland State hat.
They're 2 for $35, and you're like, well, got to get 2.
Awful sports program.
Yeah, awful sports program.
But they had a cool logo.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, you've got all kinds of those. So,
anyway,
all right. Well, enough talking about hats for this week. You're not even wearing a hat this week.
I'm not.
Usually you rock some sort of head covering, but
I'm gonna grow the hair
showing off the hair. Yeah. So, why don't you show off and tell our listeners what we're covering for this week's episode?
We are highlighting our favorite hip hop, R&B, and rap of 1998.
Yes, we previously did this for 1997. Which has proven to be our most popular episode.
By a lot.
People really responded to that one.
Or the sheer stats.
So, yeah.
It's not even close.
No, it's not.
People love this one.
Yes, they do. Fast forward a year, and we'll see if people think 98 was as cool as 1997.
This is going to be a good playlist.
I know. We were talking earlier today.
I'm excited about it.
We had lunch together.
We did.
You weren't there to have lunch with me, but you were there for another function.
That's right.
At where I work, and I had lunch with you, because I was able, even though you're there for other things, you're like, I guess you can come along,
I guess,
right? So that's fine. And you had mentioned that you're proud of your playlist today, So a little off the beaten path.
I think it'll meet a lot of the expectations. Expected.
I was telling my wife that the other night that I pick songs and I go, oh, you think he'll have this song, he'll have that song? And I think to myself, no, he won't. Did more than 100 people listen to this song?
No.
He won't have that one. So, well, in 98, rap, hip hop, R&B, probably as mainstream as ever, I think, if you're looking around, kind of 97, but coming into 98. It's the majority of the videos they're playing on MTV. The early to mid 90s grunge rock kind of gave way to more radio friendly rock music with some ska and the swing mixed in. But we're starting to get the boy band teen pop take over, but that won't hit till like 99, 2000. But it can be argued that the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney, Christina, all probably inspired a lot. Even Limp Bizkit by hip hop. R&B. If you look at the way their music is, they just took the hip hop elements and gave it a pop, a pop feel. Yeah. Because then it made it real MTV friendly. Yeah.
No, when I was looking at if you look at the Billboard Top 100 Songs of 98 and you just read down the artists, it's all hip hop.
Yeah.
Next, Brandy, Janet, Casey and JoJo, Destiny's Child, Will Smith. I mean,
all my life.
Boys to Men.
I'm hoping that's on your list today.
Then you got weird ones, Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
Then, but like you said, then you got NSYNC in there. You got Backstreet Boys in there. They're starting to come in.
Yep.
Little Hanson.
But yeah, MTV and hip hop are one in 1998. Like it till the 2000s, it kind of takes over. And you could say probably 97 to then, but 98, you're right in the middle of it. Like it's getting thick. So, well, with the deaths of Biggie and Tupac, East-West rivalry is pretty much dead. And now all rap and hip-hop are, I said at the beginning, mainstream, regardless of which coast you're from or what part of the country you're from. We're starting to get some of that Southern rap scene from Hotlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Dirty South.
That's right.
I think they called it.
The Dirty South.
Pretty prominent in the early 90s. I heard that. I heard that on some videos that it was
Master
the Dirty
P,
South.
Master P.
Yeah, you got the Back That Ass Up guys, Juvenile.
Right.
Outkast is out of Atlanta. So they're starting to come around. I found several articles about how 1998 was a significant year for hip hop. Grammy.com stated it was the most mature year with the accomplishments of Lauryn Hill, Outkast, DMX, and others, and set up how big hip hop would be going into the 2000s. So I think there's a lot of memorable songs. My list has a lot of those today. Yeah.
Most of mine were on a mixtape or two. I was still doing the mixtape in 98, believe it or not. I know. Yeah. That was right on the
What were these mixtapes for?
I had a lady friend at the time.
Did you have a Target?
I did.
Did you really give these to that person?
I did.
What was that response?
I don't know. I assume they liked it, but
you have them back. So how much could they have liked them?
I don't know.
Like when you broke up, because these weren't for your current wife.
No.
Okay. No. So when you broke up, they gave the tapes back?
Must have.
Those were transactional. I thought you kept those regardless. That's what I thought.
I don't know.
How'd you end up with them? Or did you make a second copy for yourself?
We lost them in the... So like lost them in the divorce.
Called them on the phone. You could be listening to the same song at the same time.
Right. Cue it up to song number 2.
Get it to 2. Yeah.
That's how it was.
I was sitting in class today, and this is what I was thinking about you. Yeah. You say I was sitting in class, and this song I remember. I
sent you a booty jam. Check out song number 2. Ooh. Hey.
Well, if you're sending booty jams, it shouldn't be on the phone. That's rough.
I don't know. I was busy. I was busy. I was living at home.
They had those 1-900 things in the 90s. Those were big for the phone.
What were they?
Remember they come on the infomercial.
That's right.
Call the hot ladies now. 1-900 whatever. What was it? 40 cents for the first minute, $75.95 for every minute after.
That's right. That's funny.
They'd come on late on USA or whatever. They'd be like, you lonely?
Oh yeah, USA Up All Night.
Are you sitting around by yourself right now?
Actually,
you could call these hot ladies. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're just getting some dude in Kansas who talks like a woman. Hi, this is Trisha.
We've had to warn our kids about that. Like, you don't even know if that's a girl.
No, that's probably not. Somebody made a lot of money doing that. Yeah. Hi, guy. Hey, big boy.
Gross.
All right.
I always wanted to call one, though, just to see what would happen.
I think you can figure out what would happen.
I know.
Because, again, they get you and say, oh, the first minute is X, which is cheap.
Yeah.
Then every minute after is $100. So they just want to get you through that first minute. Then, so they're not going to say anything in the first minute real good. It's going to be just enough to keep you on the line.
Right.
And then maybe later you get some other stuff.
Ask them about my trigonometry homework or something.
Yeah, we'll see what they say.
Like, hey,
Turns out it is your trig teacher. Just trying to make extra money.
McCracken, is that you?
McCracken?
Mrs. Thompson?
Mrs. Thompson? No, this is So Miss Davis from Varsity Blues, but on the phone. Man, teachers have always needed an extra job.
That's right. Well, now they're doing it with
OnlyFans. OnlyFans is R19. R1900
and now they're
numbers,
losing their job. Teachers are getting fired for doing it.
Yeah, R1900 numbers in the 90s are now OnlyFans.
And those guys are laughing all that. They're like, yeah, fine, fire me.
Yeah.
I'm making way more.
Yeah, I saw an expose on ABC. Yeah. The lady was like, yeah, I make $80,000 a month. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
Yeah, fire me. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, but the community might look down on her a little bit. So
I don't know.
It might leave a little stain.
Yeah, she's a bit of a floosy.
Floosy. Yeah, a little bit. A little loose with her friendliness.
I don't know.
So, all right. People. Well, let's hit it in the morning. And no, you're not getting half my dough, even if you're all about the Benjamins, baby. So that means it's time to party like it's 1998. So as we said, we've put together some lists today. We looked at the best songs for the entire year of 1998 in the hip hop, rap, R&B genre. And Rob and I are going to have some, we're going to play some samples here of what we've chosen for our top 7. Mm-hmm. So you kind of alluded to some mixtape. Yeah. But besides the mixtape, what criteria or how are you looking for these songs?
Songs that I remember listening to in the radio and driving around. And like I said, this time I was a year out from making it to Central. So I'm still living at home, buzzing around in my...
Were you working at the glass place?
No, I don't. Yes.
I thought I
was. Were. Yes. Yeah. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. School by day, glass by night?
I was. Yeah. I did school, or I flop. I would do one trimester, I'd do work in the morning, class at night. And
nice.
Anyway.
It all worked out.
So I just remember most of these songs, all of these songs were ones I remember listening to.
Oh, yeah. So. Going out to any like bars or
no?
Let me see. 98. No. You were born in 77. It should be.
Yeah.
Should be able to go
this
out.
is a weird time because you weren't around.
I know.
You left me.
I'd come back though.
So I was free spirited. It was just me.
You had other people.
I didn't, believe it or not. Yeah, I was running all by myself.
I came home on leave one time. I came in your house because your truck was home, only to find that you were not there by yourself. And I left.
Okay, but that was a lady friend.
I understand. So there were people around. You said there was no one.
Well, there weren't other friend people.
Oh,
I didn't have a social circle.
Yeah, okay.
I was really kind of into one person.
I think she would disagree.
And that became
that you didn't have a social circle.
She became my social circle.
She's part of the social circle.
It's a very unhealthy time for me.
Well, it sounds real unhealthy. Yeah. I felt real bad for you.
Yeah. So should I go save him? Reach out to me.
Should I go help him?
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault. That's right. So, all right. Well, I did the same thing. These are all songs. Yeah. I was in Florida half the year in 98 and I moved to Ellensburg in August of 98. So half the year in Florida, half the year in Washington, but all these songs were kind of they were in both parts. So
when did I think I probably came up summer of 98?
No, I got there in August. You came up in spring of 99.
99.
Came up for a weekend.
And then a week later, I was enrolled at Central.
Enrolled for the fall term is what ended up happening. Because then you had to get housing and everything.
That's right.
Taken care of. That's right. And then you were like, yeah, this is what I'm doing now.
It was a quick turnaround.
It worked out good. It worked out well. Yeah. So nothing bad to look back on.
Oh, no.
Central's better than Portland State anyway. So that's fine.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Yeah. It's like just in downtown Portland. It's no fun. It's not like a real campus.
I know. That always sounded intriguing though. Living in the park blocks and living downtown.
Yeah, I know. You wanted to be a city guy.
I am a city. I mean,
that's okay.
But
you're fine now.
I'm a transplant.
You're a farm guy now. You live in the woods.
Guy.
All right.
Yeah, I have cowboy boots.
So, that's right. Yeah. So, well, let's load up the 6-disc changer. And Rob, spin us your number 7 song.
All right. My number 7 is...
Oh, good one.
Yeah. This gentleman is on the countdown a lot, I think.
I know who this gentleman is. Mr. Mace. I like Mace.
It's a good song.
I like when he raps, he sounds half asleep.
He does.
Because I feel like that I could just rap that way.
I actually have a note about that.
I feel like he gives everyone who's half asleep a hope that they could also rap.
That's my favorite lyric you just said. I'll read it here in a minute.
I like if we go to the mall, if you like it, you can grab.
Yeah. And that's a group called Total.
I know. I like the chorus.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with your first choice.
Yeah.
I was bracing myself for something like original and interesting, and I would have been like, oh, okay. But that's a good start.
Yeah. So this is
well, real quick, when you got that start, playing some Mace, a little more mainstream than I thought you'd go, actually, because I know you like to be off the beaten path a little bit at times. What are our chances of having any duplicate songs here?
We might have one or two, maybe one.
Okay, you're saying one. I'll go one or two. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So this is What You Want, released January of '98. It's also known as Tell Me What You Want. Kind of depends on where you go. By American rapper Mace. His real name is Mason Durrell Betha. It was co-written by Mace and Sean Combs, which he's going through some tough times right now.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Featuring vocal R&B group Total. They were an R&B girl group. They are an R&B girl group. They're still performing. Total's best known for this song. Second single from the former debut album Harlem World, which was a smash hit. It was everywhere in the 90s. Peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's his second consecutive top 10 single. It received gold certification. I found this exactly what you said. Mace's melodic rap style has had an enduring influence on hip hop. Many rappers such as Pusha T,
mumble rappers,
Fabulous, and Kanye West have adopted Mace's lazy yet melodic flow on several occasions. Jay-Z and Drake, among other rappers, have borrowed Mace's lines in their songs. In a Complex.com article called When 13 of Your Favorite Rappers Talk About Their Favorite Rappers, Kanye West described Mace as his favorite rapper ever.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Here's the lyric. It goes,
I would have thought Kanye West's favorite rapper
would
ever
be Kanye West.
would be Kanye West.
That's what I thought. Lyrics. I don't want to see you with a carriage living average.
Oh, no.
I want to do my thing so we be established.
I love it.
And I don't want you rocking them fabrics. Girl, I give you carrots till you feel you a rabbit.
That's good. Hey, I had that whole thing memorized. That Harlem World CD, when I drove from Florida back to Washington, it was in my 6-disc changer.
What's the one? I almost picked it. Someone that goes, looking at me.
Yeah.
Why you standing there?
On the wall.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the one I almost picked. Anyway.
So, that's a good one too.
All right.
But Mace, Harlem World, huh?
Yeah.
And
so that's What You Want.
What You Want.
Featuring Total.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You can listen to that one any day of the week. So just for our fans out there, you're tuning into a rap/hip hop. There may be some language today in some of these songs. I can't help it. Some of the samples, it was almost impossible to find things that didn't have language in them. So if you're offended, plug your ears. But if you're tuning in, knowing the topic, you should probably understand some of the language that's going to come your way.
So heads up to the Humphreys girls. I know that they listen.
We haven't worn them a long time.
So this is one. Yes. And it's summertime, though. So they have more
time to listen.
They have more time.
So, all right. Well, my first choice is just as good as Mace. And it's an anthem.
Light it up like a candle, just cause I can't stand you.
Oh.
My shit on tapes, like you busting grapes. Think you holding weight, then you haven't met the apes. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
Nothing more impressive than seeing a whole house party full of white guys just chanting this.
That actually, I think that's a valid observation.
Wait,
I
like this. Best part right here.
Mind your business, lady.
Mind your business, lady. Yeah. No,
I like the warning. For
98 hip hop, helping white people dance.
Helping white people dance everywhere.
Yeah.
Every frat house, every house party, every high school prom, whatever you want it to be.
And this is still playing.
Oh yeah.
When I got to Central.
Yes.
This is still
hardcore.
hanging on. Yeah.
So, well, interestingly, when this was released, it only hit number 93 on the Billboard Hot 100. So obviously DMX was because this is early DMX.
Mm-hmm. This is debut.
People were not totally ready yet. But after he passed, it went to number 16. So I was surprised at how low it was on the Hot 100 because it seemed to be pretty popular. It was on MTV like pretty much all the time. That's where I saw it the first time. But in '98, as I said, maybe they just weren't ready for DMX yet. And I was barking. I like to bark.
It's so weird.
Well, despite not being popular from a chart standpoint, VH1 named it number 79 of their 100 greatest songs of hip hop. DMX, however, did not initially like the song. After writing it, he said, quotes, "I wasn't feeling it. The beat was simple and repetitive." I saw an interview. I tried to do his growl.
Stupid.
It's not working.
That's that stupid artists again, where it's like they didn't like it.
Yeah, he said he wasn't feeling it. The beat was simple and repetitive. I had so many other songs with so much more substance. This song to me was like the ABCs, like elementary school. But despite his reservations, he was convinced to do it by the producer, and it quickly became one of his signature songs. Sold over 4 million copies, helping to rocket his debut album to number 1 in the United States.
Wow.
So even if he didn't like it at first, it turned out pretty good for him.
Yeah.
Plus, everyone can sing along. He says it's like ABCs, but people like that.
That's what they need.
Because when you're at a party and the chorus hits, everyone can go, stop.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's easy.
I think that's a criticism I have of the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
It's like, I love like Ill Communication.
Yeah.
But there's some of their songs where the audio is so muffled.
Oh yeah.
And their mic, they do stuff with their mics. You can't really understand what they're saying.
Well, they're trying to be cool.
But I still like it. But I don't know if I could really sing along. And then
sometimes when you're
DMX though,
always he had these kinds of songs like that, you know,
because sing along.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah. Sing along if you know it.
Yeah, because that's when you're at a party, those are the kind of songs people like, songs that get you hyped that everyone can sing to.
That's what you were saying about Pearl Jam. You're like, just give me the ones I know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Look, this isn't hard. Marketing 101. Give the people what they want.
That's right.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, don't get weird.
I hate my fans. You get this.
You get this obscure song.
That
we only play once.
I wrote it yesterday. no one's heard it but Mike McCready. So, all right. Well, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is...
I figure some Brandy. I figure Brandy would show up.
Had a picture of her
sitting on top of the world.
It's called Top of the World.
Top of the World.
Yeah.
Could have thrown.
I know.
Is sitting in parentheticals?
No.
Oh, okay.
But every time I put it down on my notes or I Google search it, I
would think
put
she
sitting on top of the world, but it's Top of the World.
I think she could have got the parentheticals in there.
No.
She worked hard enough.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good playlist.
Yeah.
If this is how you're starting,
and
then I know what I have.
Yeah. Well, and then if I go back,
this is a party playlist.
Dog child.
Oh,
this is the beginning of the song. You got
is
our
this P. Diddy?
No.
Oh,
Come on. I went from
it's Mace again.
Mace again.
Mace again. He's back.
Girls in the Uber doing belly dances.
There he is.
Come on. You think like he's half asleep?
Oh yeah.
It's your turn. Okay.
Got a house in the valley. Come and find me.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I like
there's
Mace.
that. Yeah, he's everywhere.
Anything with Mace, you can't go back.
So this is it's called Top of the World.
Yes.
Released July of '98. It's Brandy, also known as Brandy Norwood, from her second studio album, Never Say Never, which came out in '98. It was co-written by a guy named Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, Fred Jerkins III, LaShawn Daniels, Isaac Phillips, Nicolia Ty V. Turman, and a guy named Mason Betha.
Are all these names correct?
I don't know. I'm trying to sound them out the best.
Yes.
But Mason Betha, also known as Mace. Yeah. Co-produced by Norwood. Mace had featured vocals. In the United States, it was it didn't do as hot in the U.S. as it did around the world. But it peaked at number 44 on the Hot 100 airplay, number 19 on the Hot R&B singles, and number 10 on the rhythmic chart. I didn't know there's so many charts.
Lots of charts.
Yeah. Some lyrics. She only mess with Mace, and she only mess with Mace.
Yeah.
No, the money ain't no object. If it ain't Chris, I believe that's Cristal.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't Chris, he won't pop it.
Oh, yeah, that's Cristal.
If it ain't platinum with ice, he won't rock it.
I wouldn't either.
If it don't cost 60, he don't drop it. If it don't come with TVs, he don't cop it,
60, is that G's, you think? Probably.
and then you can't stop it.
No.
Yeah.
That's good.
So if it doesn't come with TVs, he can't cop it.
No. Why would you?
I don't know.
I like that he sticks to a code. He has
He's
a very
he has
strict
values.
code, and I'm not going to stray from what I think is the
That's
right,
right.
thing to do.
He's a man of integrity.
That's right.
He holds to what he believes.
Platinum.
Right, wrong, or
TVs.
indifferent.
That's right.
Yeah.
And when the wit, that's no H on that word.
There's no
Okay.
H.
All right. Well, that's a great one. So you're 2 for 2. We're going to go to my number 6. Comes from a movie in 1998 called Bullworth.
Oh, Ghetto Superstar.
That's right. This is a collaboration song.
I like ODB in the background.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Get on up. That guy was crazy.
Praz had some trouble though after.
Oh, is it? There he is.
He has a very unique rap style, but I like it.
That Give Me My Money is still the best. I remember laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Give me my money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every dog
Good
got
stuff.
his day. All right, so this is a Ghetto Superstar. Parentheticals, That Is What You Are, by Praz Michelle, featuring Old Dirty Bastard and Maya. She's given us our chorus there.
Ah.
Lovely voice. I like Maya. I liked Maya a lot, actually.
what was the name of it? It was called the something All Stars. What'd you say?
Praz? No, it just says this is by Praz Michelle, featuring Old Dirty Bastard and
okay.
Maya.
Okay.
So I think there was a Wyclef had All Stars.
Yeah, he had the
Not
something.
Praz.
Oh, okay.
They're different people.
Got it.
They're all Fugees, but different
Okay.
folks.
All right.
All right. Song, as I said, featured on the soundtrack for motion picture Bullworth. That was a Warren Beatty. I think it was supposed to be like Bill Clinton. I don't know. I never watched it. I will admit now, this is a 90s movie that I haven't seen. As I just said, didn't watch
Bullworth?
it.
Yeah.
So never saw it. This song samples Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton duet, Islands in the Stream from the 80s. Very good. This was an MTV.
My wife loved that song.
Yeah. MTV mainstay in 1998. Video seemed to play all the time. TRL favorite, as you would expect. I will say I knew this song. It was catchy, seemed to always be around, but I didn't realize how big it was until I did some research, particularly around the world. Just a top 15 hit in America. Went number 1 in 9 other countries, including New Zealand and Switzerland. Nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a duo or group. Lost out to the Beastie Boys. Fun fact, Old Dirty Bastard was not supposed to be on the track. He accidentally wandered into the studio, and despite... I can see that.
Yeah.
What's up,
Whoa.
guys? While Praz tried to respectfully get rid of him, ODB demanded he be on the song when he heard the backtrack. So Praz let him lay down a verse so that he would go away, but intending on deleting it later. But when they listened to it and back in the headphones, they're both, him and the producer were like, that's pretty good. We should probably use that. So
The image of him wandering into the studio is funny.
Hey,
He's
what's
all
going
lost.
on? What's going on in here? And Praz trying to get rid of him. Hey,
That's funny.
bastard, can you... I think there's people outside. Go talk to them. No, I'm not going. So, but Praz, a little bit of trouble in his later life.
Did he?
Yeah, he got, I was looking at some of it, but he got arrested, federal charges for trying to help China influence elections or something in the U.S. Like he was passing information or I don't know exactly what it was. It was bad.
What happened to him?
I think he's in jail.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think from a lot of the things I discovered, he might be in jail.
He may
So-
not. He is not a ghetto superstar.
Well, one could say
maybe
that a
he
ghetto
is a
superstar.
ghetto star. He is. He meets the definition.
You do some jail. Maybe that's the exactly what gets you some. So yeah, see, it sounded found guilty in federal court in Washington. International conspiracy charges, reaching the highest levels.
Wow.
So yeah, found guilty of political conspiracy.
Cheater.
Praz, boo on you.
Boo on you.
Still a good song.
Yeah.
And
That's
very
good.
memorable from
Yeah,
1998.
so far, this is a kick butt playlist.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
only going to
but
get better.
It's going to rival 97.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
all right.
well,
All right. What is it? My
Number
number
five.
5. My number 5 is.
ooh, I like this a lot. I like it a little. I like it. I I don't love Beyonce, but
I don't.
Destiny's Child was okay. It was a catchy song.
And they were different at the time. They
I think
sounded
my
good.
wife hates this though. She never liked them.
Well, she's the hater of all things.
All things. Hater of all things. My son said hater of all movies.
Movies,
But
that's
we're
what it
just
was.
going to say hater of all things. So I'm sure she's going to love all that. But she doesn't like Destiny's Child.
No.
I'm
not a huge fan.
I'm not out of bounds for saying
That's
that.
not my favorite. Right? This song was catchy.
No, it's a catchy song. And it's very memorable for 98. Just too fast.
Yeah.
Like the rhythm seems off sometimes.
What was the
with
other one they
Beyonce.
did that was really fast?
Bills.
Yeah, that was in. Yeah.
Can you pay my bills?
My telephone
My telephone
bills.
bills.
Yeah.
My
car
bills.
Okay. So this song's called No, No, No.
Yes.
And it's part 2.
Oh, okay.
There is a part 1. It's a little different.
Was it yes?
So this one may not fit the definition because the original version, part 1, was released October of 97.
Cheater.
I know, but
That's
the
okay.
radio debut was January of 98.
All
Then
right.
this is a remix.
All right, we'll give
and
you
it's
that.
called part 2.
All right, we'll give you that.
So Destiny's Child was an American musical girl group. Had Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams. They started in 1990, and their original group title was called Girl Time.
Yeah, they were on Star Search.
Yeah,
At one point.
and they're from Houston, Texas.
Yep.
They have sold 60 million
Right,
records.
I believe it's called H-Town.
H-Town. Oh, H-Town. Give it up.
Houston.
H-Town.
H-Town, give it
It's
up.
like P-Town. That's what
Yeah.
they call Portland.
That guy,
P-Town.
Mike Jones, was from there. I'm Mike Jones. He was that rapper. Nope, you didn't know about the Mike Jones?
I
Okay.
don't know much of that.
He says his name in all his songs all the time. Yeah.
Billboard ranks the group as one of the greatest musical trios of all time, the 9th most successful artist or band of the 2000s, 68th in its all-time Hot 100 artists, 90th most successful dance club artist of all time. They were nominated for 14 Grammy Awards. They only won 3 times. It's described as a sensual mid-tempo ballad blending contemporary R&B with lush 1970s soul. Anyway.
You know, you read that like you're a professor of like urban studies and you have to read it like fancy or something.
Sensual mid-tempo ballad blending contemporary R&B with lush 1970s soul.
Write this down. It
There you
might
go.
be on a
Yes.
quiz.
Built around a hard sliding bass line and sung in a staccato rhythmic style,
Nice.
featuring co-production from a bunch of people.
Do it.
Anyway, reached number 3, certified platinum. It is the group's longest charting Hot 100 hit, spending 35 weeks at on the chart.
It's a long time.
A year following its release, it had sold over 1 million copies. It's 9th best, and was the 9th best single of the year.
People like it.
Yeah. Barry White was credited as songwriter only on part 2 due to its inclusion of a sample from one of his songs.
That's cool.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to a Mariners game
Yeah.
and they had Barry White night?
Barry White night. I was there. Yeah.
And everybody had
There's a lot
sideburns.
There's a lot of love in the stadium.
Yeah. Little Barry White night.
Yeah. Nothing like a between innings. Hey, ladies.
He was there. He
Barry
sung.
White.
He sung something. That's right. Yeah, I've got
who-
pictures of that.
who in the
that was
PA
A-Rod. A-Rod was on the team.
But who in the PA department was like, you know what we need to have?
Barry White.
A Barry White night.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll get the fans in.
Everybody was wearing the big mutton
Yeah,
chops
it was
on
insane.
the screen.
Yeah. Why was there a Barry White night? He's not from Seattle, is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he is.
But he was there.
All right.
We got to see Barry White night.
All right. That's fine. So, Barry White night. What are you going to do? Hey, so that's
right.
good. You're 3 for 3. I like all 3 of those songs. I can even live with that song. It's very memorable.
Yeah.
So, all right. My number 5 is a duet. You know, I love duets.
Oh, I don't have a duet.
Well, I have one.
Oh, she's been on here before. This song's been on here before somewhere.
I don't.
The Boy's Mine? I think he's...
I'll have to do some research. I thought I had cleared that we hadn't. Thought we talked about it, but it hadn't made an appearance. But I do like it. I like Monica's voice.
Monica.
Hot take. I like Monica's voice better than Brandy's voice.
I know. I had Brandy's picture in my locker in junior high.
Did you watch her show? It was on the WB.
Yeah, what was it called? Monica.
Moesha?
No, Moesha.
That was it.
No, I never watched
I
Moesha.
didn't either.
Yeah. She
didn't-
got like in a bad car
Was it
wreck or
doing
something.
a
She like
Moesha thing?
killed someone.
Yeah. You know, her brother's the one. The
Ray J.
He's
Did
the
a
one
porn
who-
movie.
with Kim Kardashian.
That's right.
It's his fault. We have the Kardashians
That's true.
because he released the video.
That's right.
And that's the only thing that made her famous.
That's right.
And then it
Yeah.
went from there.
Stupid.
Thanks, Ray J.
Ray J.
All right. This was a huge song. Number 1 or top 10 everywhere I could find except Scotland. Only hit number 22. Not sure why the Scots were not as big fans, but there it is. They just weren't into it. No thanks. We don't.
It's too confrontational.
That is?
They're fighting.
But
they're fighting over a boy.
But Scots are confrontational. Haven't you seen Braveheart? They
That's
throw
not true.
rocks at each other.
That's not
William Wallace.
They throw rocks at each
They throw
other.
rocks right at their heads.
My Scottish ancestry
Tells you
leads me to believe that we are
that
not
they're a
confrontational.
peaceful
We're passive aggressive. We just shut down.
I think
We just go, we're taking our stuff and we're going home.
your sarcasm's a little thick today. I looked at their chart. It had quite a few groups I hadn't heard of, a lot of big European bands, and they seemed to really be into a lot of house-style dance music. I wouldn't have expected that from the Scots, but there you were. A lot of house dance music.
That's right.
This song is not that. So this song was actually inspired by the 1982 duet "The Girl Is Mine" by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. I don't know that
see
duet.
it now.
Yeah, but I don't know that one. This was the first number one hit song for both artists. It became the second song in the history of the Hot 100 chart to ascend directly to number one from its previous position outside the top 20. Only the Beatles single "Can't Buy Me Love" is the other song to do that. So Elite Company for Monica and Brandy. Won a Grammy, was named Billboard's Hot 100 Sales Single of the Year, and was nominated for 2 MTV Video Music Awards, but lost to Lauryn Hill's "Doo Wop" in both categories.
Wow.
They couldn't.
So
nobody was beating her.
Is it? Well, who's the headliner? Is it Monica and Brandy? Or is it Brandy and Monica?
I think when you look online, it says Brandy and Monica. So I think Brandy
She
got
got
top
top
billing.
billing.
She was on Moesha.
Oh, that's true.
Monica was just a singer.
She's just
So
a singer.
that's it. I don't know what to tell you. Fun fact: the inspiration for the song was not just the Paul and Michael duet, but also Jerry Springer, where love triangles were a common theme on the shows.
Love Jerry Springer.
So Brandy would watch a little Jerry Springer, and she's like, "We should sing a song about that."
Yeah, that girl's
And they
mine.
found Mackay Pfeiffer, and he wasn't doing anything. So
boy
let's
is
throw him
mine.
in the video.
That's right.
He's the boy.
Oh, that's Mackay Pfeiffer?
Oh yeah,
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
He comes back.
He's good.
Yeah, Mackay Pfeiffer.
He wasn't doing anything else. He might have been on ER by then.
Yeah.
He was a ER resident for a
I think
little
he's
while.
on a show now that my wife watches.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
All right.
Anyway.
Well, hey, friend of the show, Mackay Pfeiffer. Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by. All right.
yeah.
So,
wait, my number four?
Yeah.
My number four is
Mary J.
no.
Oh,
I've always said that. She wanted to be married. She was a Mary J.
I know the song.
knockoff.
Love like this before.
Yeah, you know it.
I know the song. I always thought it was Mary J.
Nope. Sounds
She
a lot
do
like her.
Background vocals or
I
something.
know. Sounds just like her, right? Sounds just like her.
I'm gonna be upset when you tell me
I
this
know.
is.
You're gonna know who it
Is there a
is.
rap in the middle of this song too?
There might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who sings it?
Faith Evans.
Oh, Faith, of course.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Mary
Yeah.
J. Part 2.
Yes, she sounds
Yeah.
just like her.
gotcha.
This is called Love Like This.
Of course,
Faith
it's
Evans.
Faith. I'm very upset at myself. I should have got that.
Released in September of '98. Co-written by Evans and Sean Puffy Combs again. He's everywhere. Bad Boy was everywhere.
Well, 88, 98 is that's his.
Everything about this was late '90s hip hop.
Oh yeah.
So you had Bad Boy, you had Sean Puffy Combs. The video was directed by Hype Williams. Okay. So the song is built around a loop sample from 1978's Chic Cheer by American band Chic. Due to the inclusion of this sample, band members are also credited as songwriters. It comes up again and again.
Oh, nice.
A lot of sampling going on in the 90s. It became one of Evans' biggest successes, peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's her highest charting solo single to date, certified gold. It was nominated for Best Female R&B Performance at the 2000 Grammy Awards. It was up against Whitney Houston's It's Not Right, But It's Okay. I don't know it.
I do know it.
You do?
Yeah.
It was up against Mary J. Blige. All that I can say, I think the people probably were like, can't tell them apart.
Nope.
Which one's which?
We'll do that.
Brandy's Almost Doesn't Count.
No.
And then Macy Gray's Do Something.
Did Faith win?
No, they all lost to the GOAT, Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chuck Taylor from Billboard called Love Like This a surprisingly bouncy, retro-vibed jam.
Chuck Taylor of the Converse basketball
I don't think
shoes?
they're related. I think Chuck Taylor died a long time ago.
I do like his shoes. That's good.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, that's Love Like This.
That's a good
Faith
one.
Evans.
Man, you're going good today. There's
this list.
gonna be a sleeper in there somewhere to get
just
me.
wait till my cuts.
But yeah, okay. There's gonna be
it's
something
coming, man. It's
because
coming.
it's been too easy so far.
I know.
So it's actually scaring me a little bit because I'm like, what's gonna happen? So okay, so that takes me to my number 4. Oh, this is a good one. Let's check this out.
That's our team. The whole scene. I like my coffee. Oh, coffee and cream.
I like my
Full
sugar.
steam.
He said I like my sugar with coffee and cream.
Me. I like video for this. Is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the part. Mario C likes to keep it clean. Going to shine like a sunbeam. Charles is green.
We
And
can't
the
listen
rhyme
to the whole
routine.
song.
I know, I'm
Or the
sorry.
Beastie Boys are going to want us to pay them for
I'm
something.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sorry.
You got wrapped up. That's it. So,
I'm sorry.
well, if there was, we'll see what happens later on this list. But I thought if there's one we cross over on, this could be a possibility. So this is Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys. Super catchy song. Love the lyric. If you try me, you'll get mocked. I'll stir fry you in my wok. That's my favorite verse on the favorite line in the whole song. I don't know of any other song able to rhyme walk into the lyrics, so that's why I like it. The single released June 2nd, 1998 was off their album Hello Nasty, which I'll admit is my least favorite of the 90s.
Yeah.
It had good songs on it, but just didn't hit the same as Check Your Head or Ill Communication. But still some good songs. This song won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group. And tell me if you think that was correct. Here's who they beat in 1999. Money Ain't a Thing, Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z.
Correct.
Deja Vu, Lord Tariq, Peter Guns. That's a pretty good one.
It's a good one.
Rosa Parks, Outkast. Pretty good one.
Did that one win?
No.
Oh.
Beastie Boys won.
Oh, they won it. That's
yeah,
right.
I'm asking you if you think
Ooh.
Beastie Boys were valid. So
Okay.
Rosa Parks, Outkast, and Ghetto Superstar from the aforementioned Pras.
I think it comes down
ODB and Maya.
to Rosa Parks in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think Rosa Parks was probably better.
That's what
But that's
I was
fine.
going to say.
Video also won an MTV Video Music Award and was another TRL regular. They actually came on the show multiple times to, push the song, to market the song, however you want to say it. Video was directed by Adam Yauch under his pseudonym. What is his pseudonym, Rob?
Oh, Mike D. No, Ad Rock.
No, Nathaniel Hornblower.
Oh.
That's his pseudonym. The other one's his rap name.
Oh, okay,
This is
sorry.
his alter ego.
Okay.
So as the producer, video was about a giant robot causing
Yes.
destruction in
It's
Japan.
like Power Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Rob. Video was shot in Shibuya and Shinjuku's train stations, and I have been to both of those train
Look
stations.
at you, world traveler.
Taking trains out of both of them. So,
Did you go through
I
doing
did.
the dance?
yeah, I did this. Japanese don't like it.
They don't.
So if you're not a Beastie Boy, you don't get away with it. So they just look at you.
That's a really good one.
They're just like gaijin. Gaijin is like American.
Oh, like
Yeah, they just-
it's like one of the
like a
Hispanic
gra-
people calls gringos.
Yeah, gaijin. Yeah, that's
kinda
it.
Stupid
So,
gringo.
Yep, they scrunch up their face.
My neighbor calls me that sometimes.
Oh, that's nice.
Like I'm there. I can hear him.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
he's-
I can understand you. That's not a Spanish word.
Well, he's not trying to hide it. He wants you to know.
He says, blah, 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 and then he goes,
Maybe
gringo, and he points at me.
you were doing something.
I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't know your name. That's just
No, he knows my name.
okay. Well,
We've lived
maybe
here for 23 years.
you need to get a better relationship with your neighbor.
Yeah.
So I can't help you with
Anyway.
that.
Anyway,
So, well, neighbor be damned. What is your
All right.
number 3 song?
my number 3 is...
Oh, wow. We went back to back, huh? You had it one notch higher than me. I said if we had a crossover, it was
I
gonna
know,
be
I thought it was funny.
almost hit the same spot.
Almost. And your notes are spot on. Everything, all my notes are exactly what you said.
That never
Even the lyrics.
I love that lyric. Stir fry you in my wok.
I love it.
No, yeah.
Anyway, the lyrics I picked up. If you try to knock me, you'll get mocked. I'll stir fry you in my wok.
Yes.
Your knees will start shaking and your fingers pop like a pinch on the neck of Mr. Spock.
Yeah, I didn't go as far. I like the walk part the best. But yes, all accurate things.
I love it.
Nice.
But
So,
anyway.
that's our crossover.
Yeah.
I figured that would be, both of us were pretty
Yeah.
into that song.
Yeah.
We used to share a headphone and we listened to Intergalactic
did
sitting on the couch.
No, we did not.
We'd each have a beer and we'd listen to Intergalactic
No.
sitting on the couch. No, I think we did.
No, we didn't.
We did.
No.
Or maybe I just turned on the CD player and we just sat on the couch listening to music.
I don't think we
Two
did
guys in an apartment listening to music.
that. Yeah, I don't think we did that.
We did.
I think we watched videos and then
Oh,
watched
maybe.
TV. You didn't sit around and listen to
Sometimes we
music.
just listen to music.
That was more me. You-
I did that too.
Did you?
You're not the only one.
Okay.
You don't have the corner or the market cornered on that. Lonely sitting in a corner listening to music. So whatever it is you're listening to. So all right, that means it's time for my number 3. My number 3. Ooh, this is a good one.
I wondered when he was going to come up. You- I was gonna say if he's not on this list, we should be ashamed.
Wait.
Baby, you know it's hell when I come through. The life and times of Sean Carter. Volume 2. Y'all niggas get ready.
I just remember thinking this was the weirdest
Oh yeah,
mix.
but I love it.
We had show tunes,
Yeah,
and
genius.
then the tunes in the back, and just the ding 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 ding. Yeah,
Yeah.
and even his rap style and his lyrics.
Controlling the house. We live in hard knocks. We don't take over, we ball blocks.
Yeah, so
Burn
good.
it down and you can have it back, daddy. I'd rather that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was going to get graphic in a second. So it's a good. You picked a good time to turn it down. So this is Hard Knock Life. Parentheticals Ghetto Anthem by the one and only Jay-Z. Hats off to Jay-Z. Anyone that samples a Little Orphan Annie tune into a hugely popular
Yeah.
rap song is somewhat of a genius to me. So
Yep.
I remember the first time I heard it, I'm like, that's Annie. Because look, in the 80s, I spent a lot of time with Annie. All right, I liked it. The Hard Knock Life song.
What was the?
Maybe she sews. Maybe
Wow, you know that. Look at you.
I watched that. It was on HBO a lot, so I thought a lot of Little Orphan Annie. So
What was the mean lady's name?
Miss Hannigan,
Hannigan. There you go. And then Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks, yeah, and then the Daddy Warbucks' bodyguard was Punjab or whatever his name was. he was like magical. So I remember the first time I heard this, I was like, "Is that Annie?" And why would Jay-Z sample Annie? You said it. Like of all the things you could sample, yeah, I'm gonna go to Little Orphan Annie. But
I
it
feel
worked.
like there was a conversation somewhere.
Yeah.
Or like a bet, and he goes,
I bet I can sample
use
Annie.
this. And he goes,
Watch
hold
this.
my beer.
Yep.
Watch this.
Well, it's really memorable and not surprisingly became one of Jay-Z's most famous songs. This, like several of my other choices so far, was nominated for a Grammy in 1999, but lost to Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It. That's a super fail.
Wow.
That's not a better song than this. So
This lost to
Get Jiggy With It. Yeah. I think
Okay.
I'm not sure what happened on that one.
Okay.
That's a rough one. This hit
even
number
Will
2.
Smith knows
Yeah,
that's
he
wrong.
knows. But he'll still put the Grammy on his shelf.
Have you seen my
Yeah.
Grammy
Jay-Z's
that I
like,
stole from
Jay-Z
Jay-Z?
said that should have been mine. Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. You can't have it.
It's kind of like
It's mine.
Marissa Tomei with her Oscar. I don't care if you read the wrong name. It's my Oscar.
It's
now.
mine.
Yeah. So let's see. Number 2 in Iceland. So the Icelanders were obviously big Annie fans as well. So I would assume. Oh, they would say the song is Das Viweiler. That translates to very
What
cool.
are you doing? Wow.
I've been taking some Icelandic with my
Yeah, you're doing
some
what's the language app everybody uses? Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
Rosetta
Stone.
Rosetta Stone. Yeah, it's been working on my Icelandic.
Yeah.
VH1 listed this at number 11 of their 100 greatest songs of hip hop. Slant Magazine listed the song at number 84 in the ranking of the 100 best singles of the 90s. Controversial fact: the woman that sang the "It's a Hard Knock Life" from the Broadway play is very unhappy that this became a hit song. She was paid a flat fee for the recording of the soundtrack for Annie. So she doesn't receive any royalties on the song now because the people who recorded the soundtrack get the royalties. So her singing, basically when she recorded it for Annie, she got a flat fee.
Oh.
And now the people who recorded it get royalties from Jay-Z. She does not. She's basically singing lead vocals for this chorus on this, and she doesn't get a penny anytime it's played. So,
Wow.
so she's done a couple interviews that
sucks.
she's a little grumpy.
But
But I'm like, you took the flat fee.
That's
You should
true.
have had a little more foresight than that.
You should have had better lawyers.
In 1982 or whenever Little Orphan Annie came out, she couldn't have foreseen that Jay-Z would run away with this song and turn it into one of the best hip hop songs of 1998.
We've talked about that. A couple bad deals.
Yeah,
I think it was the guys from Treek and
Peter Guns.
they had awful deal.
And we talked that on 97. Yeah. Maybe they had the same like entertainment lawyer.
I don't know.
Between 82 and
don't
97.
worry, it's not going to be big.
It'll be fine.
You'll be okay.
Who's
You'll
Jay-Z?
be fine.
It's not a
just
big
flash in the pan.
Yeah. No one's going to listen to a rap song with Annie in it. So, all right. Well, that takes you to number 2.
My number 2.
Ooh, yes.
Is. I really like this song.
Ooh. Well, I would hope so. It's your number 2. So if it's going to be number 2, you should like it.
This is
It's Janet Jackson.
Janet.
Yes. So I've heard this song. I just don't listen to it a lot.
No, it's good.
It's good. It sounds like a Janet Jackson song.
And I'd forgotten that I saw Janet Jackson in concert, and I think it was with your.
How have you forgotten? You tell this story
I know.
every 4 weeks.
But was it? It's a,
There's no way for you to
I have
forget.
early onset dementia. That's.
You've told that story.
I think I went with your. Was it? You didn't go.
No, I think you keep
think I was the
saying
only
you
guy.
went. Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's the 9th time on this podcast you've told that story. Anyone who's listened to more than 4
On the
episodes
next
will be like,
episode, you'll be like, did you ever see
telling
Janet?
Janet Jackson's story again. Oh, okay, let's listen to it. There are 2 stories. If you tune into us long enough, you're going to get
Hey,
more
Marge,
than once.
he's
You're going
telling
to
the
get
story again.
the Janet Jackson story, and you're going to get how Tanya Tucker's a fox, because that's also happened multiple times. So,
Damn it.
yes, early
All
onset
right.
dementia.
I need to like have a
notepad,
little
some
notepad.
kind of thing. Do not say these things.
It's like the president. I have little
Yeah.
note cards.
Teleprompter.
Yeah, like
that's what you need.
yeah.
Well, why don't you
say
tell us
this.
about this
Oh,
Janet
sorry.
Jackson song?
This is a song called.
You've got those notes.
Well, crap. It's called "Go Deep."
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, and a little double entendre.
Oh, I'm wearing Janet Jackson.
You
today.
are.
Yeah. So,
It's a great shirt. What you can't see to the listeners at home that are listening in an audio medium, it is the famous Rolling Stone where somebody's covering her jubblies.
correct. She's topless.
But it's not. It's Alf.
It's Alf.
covering her jubblies.
Yes,
it's brilliant.
He's very concerned she was cold. So.
It's brilliant. I love it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's called "Go Deep," released in June of '98. Janet Jackson, we've talked about it. Came off her Velvet Rope, 1997's Velvet Rope. Written and produced by Jackson, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. See, they come up a lot. The song talks about Jackson. I took this straight off of Wikipedia because I just like how it's written. Somebody very proper wrote this. The song talks about Jackson having a night out clubbing with her friends and wanting to meet a man to have sex with him.
Okay. I respect
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
There were several remixes featuring Missy Elliott, Teddy Riley, and Timbaland. Right? Critics
I
describe
think
the
it's
song
Timbaland.
Timbaland.
Okay.
Yeah, Timbaland. How did I say it?
No Magoo? You said
no
Timbaland.
Magoo. No, Timbaland.
You like an L-E-N-D. I think it's a
Timbaland.
land. Like this land is our
Timbaland?
land. Yes.
Oh, I was trying to give it some style.
But
Timbaland.
I think the style is Timbaland.
Timbaland. You got to accent the land.
Think so.
Timbaland.
I think there's a thing above it.
Oh,
Okay.
There's no. Was that an umlaut or something?
Timbaland.
So dumb. Critics describe the song as irresistible and brilliant. One person said, not only is this song tailor-made to get a party started, it is also its very own party contained in a song, from the crowd murmurs over the beat at the beginning to the group sing-along of a chorus. That super loose vibe with its irresistible snare, intro, and cheeky sound effects sprinkled throughout is what makes it so danceable. The United States Go Deep was not released as a physical single. Thus, it never charted on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh.
So we don't know how it would have done.
Nope.
There's a common belief that the video features a young Bill Hader as a pizza delivery man.
Oh.
But
Is that confirmed?
No.
Can we call
it's
Bill?
confirmed. Bill Hader's confirmed that is not him.
Oh.
It looks like him. They've even credited him, given him credits. And he's like, that is not me. It's not me.
Oh,
He
by
goes,
the way, speaking of famous people, as of last week, Justin Timberlake, he left our text group.
Why? He's
Too
busy.
much. Yeah, he's got too many things going on.
Yeah, he's busy.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
I don't have
didn't
time
even
anymore.
he didn't even send you a text like to say why.
No,
he just ghosted you.
No, he said,
I
gonna
gotta
be busy
I
for
gotta
a
go
while.
take care of some things.
Yeah, people put up this big sad crying emoji thing, but that's it. That's all we've gotten. So
He's gonna be busy for a while.
be busy for
That
a
was
while.
nice of him that he at least told you what's going on.
Jessica said I should take a break. That's what
Take
it
a
said.
break.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So he won't be on there anymore.
Wow.
But
he
I
looked
was
like
hoping to
kind of
get-
teary-eyed about it on
Yeah, I
the
know.
photos I've seen.
I was hoping
He's real
we
sad
could
about
have
it.
called Bill up on the phone and confirmed that, but he already did.
No, he confirmed it. It was on a GMA
Okay.
interview.
I like
Yeah.
GMA.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that takes me to my number 2. Just as famous as Janet Jackson.
Not my favorite
I like it.
Tupac song, but
I like it. You can have your not
well, you know why you like this,
Because I like Tupac.
and you like Bruce Hornsby.
I mean, yeah, it's a two
It's
for
the
two
best
for two.
of two worlds.
That's the way it is.
I like the piano.
Who else is he in here with? Who is
It
that?
doesn't really say. Talent. Tupac, comma, talent.
Oh, I thought you were being an ass, and you're like,
No.
just talented
says-
people. You're like, it's just talent.
No, it says talent.
Oh,
so the
okay.
artist's name. Just the way it is. Man.
Did Bruce Hornsby give permission for that?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I confirmed with Bruce himself. So, great song. Originally recorded in 1992, but remixed after Tupac's death and added to his greatest hits album in 1998. Continuing the theme for my choices today, as you pointed out, remixed with Bruce Hornsby and the Ranges' 1986 song, The Way It Is. A lot of my songs today have had some 80s influence. So apparently, if you mix current rap with 80s songs, it becomes one of my favorite songs. Well, why wouldn't it? It's great. Song mentions several social issues and was nominated for a Grammy Award in 2000, ultimately losing to Eminem's My Name Is. That's a tough category. Eminem definitely deserved to win for that. So you could have gone either or there. So I can't get mad at that one. My Name Is probably a little better than this one. So widely regarded as one of the best rap songs of all time, as well as one of Shakur's greatest songs. I saw that in Rolling Stone. I saw that in multiple credible publications, AV Club. So I know how much you take. AV Club. Yeah. For all its accolades.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree that it's one of the greatest rap songs of all time?
I don't think so. I think it gets a little more oomph because he had passed away. Oh, so it gets a little more.
I thought it was the Bruce Hornsby.
It's socially relevant. It's got the Bruce Hornsby. So I think from a nostalgia standpoint,
that's what threw it over the top.
Yeah,
so Bruce Hornsby.
I think so.
People are like,
if you get Bruce in,
no Bruce, worst, just another rap song.
So, for all its accolades, charted okay, was a top 10 hit in several countries, hitting number 1 in the Netherlands and Norway. Good job for them. Fun fact, in 2009, the Vatican, yes, where the Pope lives, selected Changes as part of their musical playlist on their MySpace page. Remember the MySpace, Rob?
I did.
So, it was part of their musical playlist. I read that along with Changes and Mozart, another song the Vatican chose for the playlist was After the Rain. And for a second, I was pumped that the Vatican loved early 90s supergroup Nelson, but alas, it was a song by Dame Shirley Bassey and is in fact not as cool as Nelson. I thought that was Nelson's After the Rain. I really wanted to
that would have been cool.
The Pope sitting in the Vatican after the rain.
Well, the fact that
listening to Nelson,
the fact that the folks over the Vatican are rocking out to some Tupac.
Oh, that's great.
That's cool.
I could just see the Pope walking around the Vatican. Turn it up. I don't know how the Pope talks. I don't know which Pope it was. Maybe it was an Italian one or a German one.
They're usually Italian.
Yeah, turn it up, guys. I think that's Super Mario.
Yeah. Like, give me some Tupac.
I think that's Luigi.
We just offended.
Give me the Tupac.
We just offended a lot of people.
Country.
Whole country people.
Give me the Tupac.
You know, I really like the Bruce Hornsby. It really sets it off.
But the Pope, we have a Mozart. No, play the Tupac.
Crap.
Hey, they put it on their MySpace page. It's not my fault.
That's true.
So
that's true.
and
the fact that the Pope has a MySpace.
Hey, you're trying to reach out to everyone.
Wow.
You're trying to spread Catholicism.
Explain.
Hey, not enough people know about Catholicism, so they're trying to spread it around a little bit.
Wow.
Hey, people, we got a Tupac over here.
Damn it.
I still think that's Super Mario Brother. But anyway, but do you know how important it was? The songs you chose on your MySpace thing? That was like...
It was huge.
Official.
Yeah.
Like that was your whole personality.
Do you think those are still out there somewhere?
I don't know.
On MySpace?
Google it sometimes if you can pull that thing up. You still have that one friend, that one guy?
Yeah.
That was everyone's friend? Now he has no friends.
What was his name?
I don't remember.
Like Mike or something.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
So, well,
Anyway.
before we reveal our highly anticipated number one choices, we like to do a little segment we call...
Oh,
that's not what we
no,
don't
it's
call
called...
it. Oh. Hey, girl, get ready for this cut line. That might sound creepy to you, but when compiling our list, Rob and I often, let's be clear, always find it difficult to list just 7 songs. So we both identified 2 songs or cuts that just missed out making our list. And one honorable mention that is a song we may have not heard before, or a song we may have forgotten about, or even a song we've grown to appreciate even more as we've gotten so much older. So now that we have the rules, Rob, because rules are very important to you, hit us with your first cut.
All right. This is...
Sounds familiar. I wonder what it is.
Check it out.
I like it.
Flip
Mode Squad. Yeah. Busta. Is this dangerous? Huh?
It's a remix.
Oh, okay.
It's called Turn It Up. Fired Up.
Turn it up. He also had Dangerous,
Yeah,
too.
he had a lot of...
Dangerous. I knew I was hoping you get some Bust the Bust. I didn't get Bust, but I didn't always love Busta Rhymes.
He's not, no. But I remember having this one on a mix CD.
You gave this song to a girl?
No.
Hey, turn on.
But I think I had this on a later one.
Was that the one?
Only because I like the Knight Rider theme.
No, that's the one you called her up and was like, hey, go to track 5. I was thinking about you today when Busta Rhymes.
Busta Bust. Flip mode squad.
She would, you know why she would hang up? Because you would say Bust the Bust. I was thinking about you in class today.
Like, don't talk like that.
Don't talk like that. I don't care if we are in college.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Girl, bust a bust.
Yeah. No, that wasn't me. This is Turn It Up. It's a remix, Fired Up.
I like it.
Released in May of 98. Written and produced by Busta Rhymes from his studio album When Disaster Strikes. It came out in 97. It was also on the Can't Hardly Wait soundtrack.
Ooh.
Yeah. The remix contains a sample of the theme from the 1980s TV series Knight Rider. The song became Busta's third top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, reached number 10. The lyrics mostly center around music technology and erotic dancing.
Ooh, erotic.
James Hyman from the Record Mirror Dance Update gave it 5 out of 5 and named it Tune of the Week, adding, quote, in the LP version, Busta samples Al Green's Love and Happiness as a refrain for an overall slinky, shuffling rap track. But it's game over when Fired Up uses the hook from Knight Rider TV theme
really good
to come up with a raucous, rap-raging winner that only someone such as Busta could pull off so effectively.
So what's going on in 98? You had Jay-Z sampling Annie.
Weird.
He's sampling Knight Rider. Yeah. I mean, it's...
No, and I think that's
all
true.
over the place.
Yeah, that people are doing such weird things. I do think that's why it adds to 98's. We took weird things and we rapped to it. And
I like it.
We said we're going to up the game.
Good.
Now top that.
Well, you had Bust a Bust in yours right there, right?
Bust.
My song also mentions
Flip
the
mode
word.
squad.
My song also mentions about busting.
Oh.
Oh,
there it is. Yeah. I'm crushing. Is that Joe?
Listen.
I just crush a lot.
Yeah. That's not the. I went with the radio edit. That's not what he says in the real song.
He doesn't say crush a lot?
No, the radio edit is crush a lot. The real song is I F a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. Smash a lot, but with the F word.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, little smackage.
Wow.
I was imagining he's smacking ass.
Could be. Maybe.
He's a big guy.
He's crushing.
He's crushing a lot.
Crushing a lot.
I think more in one way because he's just like 500 pounds. Him and Fat Joe. So
Who is singing in the background? Who is that?
Hold on.
Sorry.
By the way, I think on my previous one we got so into talking about Tupac.
Did we not say who it was?
The song was Changes.
Oh,
I think
Changes.
everybody knows it's
Yeah.
Tupac. But the song was Changes in case people want to look that up.
okay.
So, but my first cut is Still Not a Player by Big Pun featuring Joe. Joe,
I knew it.
I like Joe.
I knew
this is a big club party hit, you know. And this seemed like in '98, this song during the summer in particular was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
I never owned this album, and I didn't seek the song out.
No.
It's a cut because I heard it at parties. It had a good vibe, and I got the energy up. But it isn't a better song than any of my top 7, so that's why it's on the cut. I'll fully admit there was a moment in time between MTV and going out. I got a little worn out on this song because they played it a lot. I was at one club. And they played it like 3 times in 2 hours.
It's a catchy song.
But listening to it now once in a while, it's fun. Makes for a good group party song. Like you said, it's got the chorus everyone can sing to. I'll just crush a lot. Or
That's
if
right.
you want to use the graphic word of crushing.
Yeah.
So
the other day we were at a softball game.
I like it, the big pun. The Pope likes big pun too.
I like it when he crushes a lot.
When they were doing the MySpace playlist, well, it's between the Tupac or the bigger pun.
It's a flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
Oh.
I got no coins, Pope.
Well, flip your hat.
Oh, it's not good.
I don't know if he wears. Does he wear a hat?
Yeah,
I
they
think
have
he
the
wears
Pope
a-
hat.
The Pope hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have the Pope hat.
Yeah. We just
I wear the hat.
no touch of the hat.
Listen to the Tupac.
Okay.
So, all right.
Oh,
What's your
crap.
second cut?
Mine is it's a good theme.
Oh,
We have a good theme going here. Yeah.
ooh. You went with this one. So, when I met my wife, she had this in her CD player in her car. And I remember the first time it started playing, I was like,
Your wife had this in her car?
this started playing when I rode in her car, and I'm like, I like her style.
Wow, you're
This
like,
is good.
this is the girl for me.
This is it.
I'm in love.
Yep. If you're knowingly playing this song while I'm in the car, and we pretty much have not known each other that long, you're the right one.
That's funny. You're like, oh, I'm in.
That's it.
This is good.
Some graphic lyrics.
Oh. Yeah.
This is just an aggressive song.
Yes.
And it's not apologetic at all.
No. Yeah.
I did see very memorable song. I did see it landed on a couple like worst of lists though.
It
like
could have
of
been
98.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is "Touch It," released July of '98. It's by a gal called Monifa.
Oh yes.
She is best known for association with late rapper Heavy D. I did not know that that they were part of the same. They ran in the same circles, you should say.
Same rap universe.
Yeah. It's from her second album. Very clever. It's called Mohogany.
Ooh.
M-O apostrophe.
Yes.
Hogany. Mohogany.
I like
there you
it.
go. Yeah, it's a play off Monifa for those of you that hadn't caught on to that.
And she really likes to touch it.
Yes. Uses a sample of Laid Back's 1983 hit White Horse, so songwriters are given credits. The song became a worldwide hit. It peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's music features Monifa performing the song in front of the United States Armed Forces. I didn't know that.
Hold on. Wait a minute. She's saying that in front of the armed forces?
Apparently, it says the song's music video features Monifa performing the song in front of the United States Armed Forces.
That's getting a lot of
It's like a USO show, maybe. I don't know.
That's getting a lot of dudes riled up. That's what it's doing.
Here's some lyrics. Would you call my name and give it to me right?
Yes.
Could you just put that thing on me?
Put it on you, girl.
So I could just freak on you. And you could just freak on me. And I will give it to you all night long. I'm going to show your body what your lips are doing wrong.
Oh.
Do you really want to touch it?
Yes.
Do you really want to F with me tonight?
Yes.
Do you really? Yeah.
So these are the lyrics of the song that was playing in my wife's car.
I know.
So.
I find it funny that you get into your wife's car.
Yes.
This is a song, and you're like, I'm in. This is a girl for me.
Of course.
And the thing that it was,
She knew that was playing when I got in the car.
and my wife and I on our first date, the thing that sold me, she wore a pair of overalls and a baseball cap. And I thought if a girl is willing to come to a first date
with that,
with a pair of overalls and a baseball cap,
that's it.
I'm in.
You're good.
She doesn't care.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had an interesting list of things you would check off as this is what I'm looking for.
She'd just come off of a job with her dad.
Right.
And so then she shows up to the date.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
We went to a little truck stop. It was great. We're like,
Full story. Overalls in a truck stop.
Leetons.
I've got
Leetons.
I'm listening to a suggestive R&B song in a car. My wife's Toyota Tercel. Yes. Flashbacks are great.
Yes.
So, all right. My second
our
cut
criteria was
fantastic. My second cut, it's going to be awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Na. Again, helping white people dance since 1998. Is this Master P?
Yeah, remember they were in the gym with that little hoop and they were all dunking?
Yeah.
And there was a tank. A tank came onto the court.
Was he riding the top of the tank?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the tank is gold, I think.
Oh. He's Dirty South.
Oh, it's a lot. Let's go red. That beat in the background. Pretty basic, but you know. This goes on for a long time.
I always like watching the videos online of like people in the recording studio back then. They put on a beat and you see them just go nuts. This is crazy cool.
It is. I mean, it's cool. This guy's a little growly. Again, we can't listen to
all
the
the
whole
gold
song.
teeth. Oh, sorry. That's so good. We could though.
We can't. Otherwise, Master P will definitely come looking for money. That dude will always take any extra cash that you'll give him, even though he's a gajillionaire at this point. So this is Make 'Em Say by Master P featuring Fiend, Silk the Shocker, Mia X, and Mystical. Wow. So he's got quite a crew.
Had a whole
going on
crew
there.
there.
Yeah, it's the whole No Limit Soldiers. So he had all those soldiers. He had to put them to work.
Had an army.
I will start with the fact that I know musically, this is not a great song. Okay. The chorus isn't that creative. Master P isn't that great of a rapper, and the beat isn't anything new. However, It's just one of those rap songs where when it comes on, people get hyped. Everyone knows it. It gets you going. Like you said it at the party, everyone can dance. Everyone can shout out the, even if you don't know the rest, because Mystical's rapping way too fast. I can't keep up with him. So you need most people from this time who were our age, and let's say the 15 to 28 crowd, and make them say, you'll almost always get a na-na in return, Rob. So try that in public sometime. Just be in the middle of Walmart. Make them say, and just see what happens.
See how many dads.
Some dude's going to go, na.
That's what I was going to tell you. I was at a softball game the other day, and they'll do walk-up songs for the girls now.
Make them say,
Well, and sometimes they'll play songs, and I'm like, I can hear it the next field over. I'm like, I told my wife, that's not the edited version. And then right before it gets naughty, they turn it off. I'm like, somebody
really
knows.
Yeah.
Somebody knows. Anyway.
So, yeah, Kurt, we had our Goonies episode last week. Kurt was just in Astoria, the movie Hound.
Oh, yeah.
And my son was there with him. They went up in some tower, and they said at the top of the tower, he yelled real loud, "Hey, you guys!" And like everyone in the tower and people below were like waving and looking at him and stuff. So apparently his daughter was less than enthused. Little like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You can't not do that. Anyway.
All right. That takes us to your honorable mention.
Okay. My honorable mention is... You're not going to know it? You're not going to know it because you might.
The voices sound familiar.
Yeah. It's a group I found doing this research, and I would like to know more. So I was like, I like them. I don't know much about them, so they're my honorable mention.
But they're almost the exact definition.
Yeah, but they're on a lot of lists of top 90s rap and hip hop, and
I feel like I've heard this.
I just like their style.
That sounds good. Yeah. He kind of sounds like Braz.
A little bit. Yeah.
A refugee all-star.
Yeah, a little bit. So this is a group called Jurassic 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's a song called Concrete Schoolyard. They were a 6-piece alternative hip-hop group out of Los Angeles. It's formed in 1995. They broke up in 2007.
Yeah.
They in a 2002 interview with the Sydney Morning Herald, the group explained the origin of their name. One of the members said, "I played the song to my friend's mother. She made a joke. You guys think you sound like the Fantastic Five, but you sound more like the Jurassic 5."
Ooh.
And we started laughing, but the name stuck.
Perfect.
So, yeah. And they've got kind of that almost like a free flow Beastie Boys type sound. Kind of. I just like them.
Do you think they made a MySpace musical page? Like, were they on someone's musical page?
Well, the Popes.
Oh, the Pope had them too?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was
because he's into underground hip-hop.
Underground hip-hop, yes. Yeah. Even though Tupac was real mainstream, he also likes the underground
he's
stuff.
Like, he doesn't mess
around.
He doesn't like the mainstream stuff.
He's a hip guy.
That's
or he was
right.
a hip guy. I'm pretty sure that Pope at that time.
Can you see the Pope walking around the Vatican?
That'd be so good. Hey, what's the Jurassic 5? Huh?
You got an interview at 2:00.
Turn on Jurassic 5. All right.
Do you really want to touch it?
That I would really like to see him singing. That would be awkward, but it'd be funny. So my honorable mention is...
In the Ferrari or Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top
I know this.
Screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rings with the window crack.
Holla back.
Money ain't a thing.
Jigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price.
This is Jay-Z.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the brake,
Maybe the chorus will get you.
Come on.
Yeah, I want to floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby.
Drop a little paper.
Slacking on your pimping.
Wow.
Turn it up. See the money.
How did I miss it? Money ain't
I don't know,
a
because
thing.
I kind of missed it too. But he does say they were slacking on their pimping. So that's never good.
Don't slack on the pimping.
Don't want to do that.
No, you can slack on a lot of things.
This is Money Ain't a Thing by Jermaine Dupri featuring Jay-Z. So I'll be honest, I didn't spend a ton of time
somewhere
with this.
around.
Yeah, she wasn't in this one, but she hangs around with the group.
That's right.
So this was a really popular song. For some reason, I don't remember listening to it a whole lot. So in 98 and since, I haven't really heard it. I remember it from MTV. They're driving cars in the videos, seemed catchy, but I just never bought it, didn't have it. and it didn't come on a lot in some of the places I was. So some of the other Jay-Z songs, a little more popular. So this was released in May of 98, had mild success in the Billboard charts. Despite not being a huge chart success, it was nominated for a Grammy in 1999, losing out again to the Beastie Boys. I listened to this a bunch prepping for the show, and it's fun, has a great beat, and feels like 1998 for sure. If you hear that beat, that sounds like 98. The video is a stereotype like rap video though. So they're throwing cash around. They're popping Cristal bottles.
Yeah.
There's expensive cars. There's half naked girls.
Sure.
But one trope they decided to throw in a little extra, oddly enough, horse riding. So they're doing some horse equestrian activities.
Yeah.
I believe in a previous episode you talked about equestrian activities. Different equestrian activities.
Yeah.
This time they're actually riding a horse.
I read somewhere that Genuine is an equestrian.
Different pony alliteration. This one, actual horses are being ridden.
It was an actual.
So, but they did conveniently put a girl who was quite hefty up top in a bikini riding the horse.
Okay.
I don't know if you ride horses in bikinis. Seems like a chafing issue may occur.
I don't ride horses in bikinis.
Yes.
People would ask that I not.
You could.
I could.
So, all right. So that is my honorable mention because I do really like it. And actually, I might put that on something to listen to a little bit. So,
yeah.
Because I didn't listen to it a lot. I really like the beat, and it's fun.
I really like this playlist today.
Oh, it's good.
It's funny. I was playing my playlist in my office.
Nice.
My counselor came down to ask me something, and he heard me playing it, and he goes, "I didn't think you like this kind of music."
Oh, I thought he was going to say, I heard what you were listening to. I think you need some counseling.
Yeah, no, he's a much younger. He's a much younger kid, and so he
didn't think you were listening.
And
I
can say that because
stuff.
he's only like 22 or something like that. So he's a kid.
He's like, I thought you liked like Lucinda Williams and crap, and then you're listening to rap. So that's confusing.
He's like, I thought you were listening to Neil Young.
Neil Young,
and
what's going on?
The Traveling Wilburys.
We love those guys.
Yes,
all right, that means it is the long-awaited #1 jam of 1998 from Rob. We don't have a drum roll, but
not
we should
surprising.
Have one. But here it is. You wrote doo-wop.
I did.
I figured.
It had to be on the list.
I didn't have doo-wop on my list at all. I like it. But I was not like, everyone says Lauryn Hill, it was like she's the greatest thing that ever happened. And I just don't. We had the discussion about Apple made the greatest album of all time.
I know.
Didn't agree. But it's it's a creative song. Yeah. The video, very creative.
It was very good.
Very surprised that didn't make our 90s videos list because of the old fashioned with the new style. 3 or 4 kids. No, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really good.
So this is doo-wop. Parentheticals.
Yes.
That thing.
There
you go.
Is it thing or thang?
I think it my notes say thing.
Okay.
But,
she didn't want to go too much that way.
Yeah, it's Timbaland.
Because on my last one,
Timbaland.
it was money in a thang. This is that thing.
Yeah,
okay, she's a little more grammatical than Jermaine Dupri.
Wang.
Yeah,
thang.
Wang. No, Wang.
Ain't nothing.
Richard is not here today.
I tell my kids that. They hate this. I go, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Oh.
It's a lot different than.
They want you to say thang?
It's ain't nothing but a
thang.
Thang.
Do they?
Or Wang.
Would they prefer?
Chicken Wang versus.
Richard Wang. Okay.
Play the Tupac.
Play the Richard Wang.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Doo-wop, that thing, released August of 98. Lauryn Hill from her debut solo album,
yes.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Huge album.
Huge.
I got a lot here. It was written and produced by Hill. The hip-hop and R&B song is a warning from Lauryn Hill to African-American men and women caught in the struggle, both the women who try to be a hard rock when they really are a gem, and the men who are more concerned with his rims and his Tims than his women.
Yeah.
The song was released as her solo debut and lead single, Hill's first and only U.S. Billboard Hot 100. It marked the first U.S. #1 written, produced, and recorded by one sole woman since Debbie Gibson's 1989 hit Lost in Your Eyes. First hip-hop song by a soloist to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. First debut single to premiere atop the Billboard Hot 100. First song by a female rapper to peak at #1 on the Hot 100 and remained the only solo song for a female rapper to debut at #1 for nearly a quarter of a century afterwards. Surpassed 50 million audience listeners on radio. Named the best single of the year by Rolling Stone. won the Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
Won the Grammy for everything.
According to Apple Music, it is one of the most streamed songs of the 90s.
Yep.
The song was included in the list of Songs of the Century by the Recording Industry Association of America. Named one of the 300 most important songs of the 20th century by NPR.
Wow.
Was ranked number 49 on Rolling Stone's 500 greatest songs of all time. Billboard named it one of the 500 best pop songs of all time. The company music video won 4 awards, including the top prize for video of the year at the MTV Music Awards. And then VH1 and Slant have both ranked it as one of the 100 greatest music videos of all time. It was a huge song. That is why it is my number 1.
It had it all. However, it was not the number 1 single on the Billboard charts for all of 1998. That belonged to my number 1 song.
Ooh. Little poke coming through. Oh, what does he mean? He's got his keys in his pocket.
Girl, I know you felt it. Can't help it. We've all been there.
What? No,
We've all
we
been there.
haven't. Oh, maybe.
My club ratting days, we've been there. Sometimes they're grinding.
Like,
You gotta control yourself.
control it.
Feel like Jim
I
in
can't fight
American
it.
Pie.
Yeah. Don't. Nope. Can't stand up right now.
I like this part.
Oh, clever.
Clever play on words.
For the listeners out there, for the younger listeners.
I want to tell you something
You might have to,
interesting about this
talk to
song
your
before
parents
I
about
introduce it to everything. So this was, of course, and still is, Too Close. That's with 2 O's and 2.
Yes.
By Next.
I almost had that.
Okay, so here's something funny about this song. So a couple years back, my wife and I took a cruise
I have it
to
on my list.
the Bahamas. You
Yeah.
did not have that we took a cruise to the Bahamas on your list.
No.
So, okay.
No.
We took a cruise to the
I went
Bahamas.
with you guys.
Yeah. No, you were not there. One of the days, it was a sail day, so we're just on the ship. And my wife found they were having a 90s music trivia in one of the Lido decks or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And so we go. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Get there. There's a lot of people there. There's like 50 people there for this trivia situation. And
Did you clean house?
So what they're
You
doing
cleaned
is they play a snippet of a song, and then you write down song, artist.
Okay.
So they played, I think it was 50 songs. Oh, no, it was 25 songs. You had to get song. No, it's 50 songs. 50 songs, song and artist. So we're done. And I had written down every song. I think I had every song and artist except one artist. I had all the songs, but I was missing one artist. And so they're asking, hey, who got more than 30? Because she gave all the answers. And so hands are up. Anyway, she gets to, well, who's got more than 40? And my hand's still up. And then by the time she said 45, it's me and this one guy in the back. And then she's like, well, what do you have? And he goes, I have 47. And she goes, what do you got? I said, I have 49. And she's like, oh, and they gave me a trophy. It had a little ship on it.
Where is it? Do you still have it?
No, I think I got rid of it.
Oh.
It was a pretty cheap trophy. But anyway, I won. And the
It's
guy
not
even
a cheap
told,
trophy. You earned that.
The other guy told my wife, he goes, I thought for sure I'd win that. He's a long haul trucker. And all he does is listen to Sirius XM 90s 24/7. And so he's like, I thought I knew everything. But the only band I didn't get next, I had Too Close, and I could not remember that they were next. And I had every other artist and song, and I was upset that I didn't go 50 for 50.
Yeah.
I went 49 out of 50, but that's my Too Close relevance. So, but the first time you heard this song on the radio or MTV, this sounds like a fun dance hip hop song.
Right.
And the video gives off that same vibe. You're like, this is a cool, fun song. But once you put away the infectious beat and likability of the song, the lyrics take it to a whole other level. The description of this song online says the singers moan and groan about their female dance partners grinding and shaking, that's with no G, and their respective bulges as a result.
Yeah.
They did use the word bulge, by the way. I didn't want to put that in there. So yes, this is a song about men getting so aroused while dancing they cannot control their excitement in the crotchal region. All right? They're having trouble. So the fact that this is what they sing about and it hit the radio and was #1 and popular everywhere makes me like it even more. #1 in the US, Canada, of course our friends in New Zealand. It was the #1 single of the year-end Billboard charts for 98 and has since gone platinum. The song samples Curtis Blow's Christmas Rappin', released in 1979. So it's an awesome, fun song. And the line by the female singer, I feel a little poke coming through, is awesome every time I hear it. So
I think I remember
She's
like,
just
going,
like, hey,
are they saying what I think they're saying?
can you get that off my leg?
Well, what did Monifa say? Do you want to put that on me?
Put these two together in a room, right?
Yeah.
Got these two songs back to back. So you're going home with somebody.
Between Big
So,
Pun,
Big Pun.
Monifa,
Yeah.
and Too Close.
Bus a bust.
And then Bus a Bus.
Well, a lot of suggestions. If you
Yeah.
go up and down our list today, there's a lot of things going
Well,
on.
and then Janet.
So, yeah, Janet.
Out scoping the night for somebody to have intercourse with.
100%. So, and it's everywhere. In 98, that's what you did. You scoped for that, or you made a song that ended up on the Vatican's playlist. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I would like to know if the Pope liked Too Close, Here by Next.
Or if he
Because
admitted it out
The
loud.
Pope doesn't do a lot of grinding and dancing, so
And he probably can't understand the lyrics.
why could he spoke
could?
like 50
Oh, that's
languages?
true. He's probably bilingual. He has
knows.
to be.
He still knows
He's the Pope.
He still knows how the crotchal region works.
Yeah.
He just took a vow of celibacy.
His
So-
crotch, you think it?
Well, it works. They're not eunuchs. Right? So it works. So, all right. So those
They're
are
not
our
eunuchs.
lists. Those are our lists. Do you have any other songs you thought about, or maybe a couple that you found actually that didn't make the list? Or did you find any that you were like, you played it and went, why were we listening to this? This sucks.
Well, the Casey and JoJo song, All My Life.
Yeah. A little dramatic.
It was too slow.
I think it's too much, right?
Yeah. It was
I
too,
remember it then thinking it was a lot, and now, I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll bet you that was the weddings and stuff. I'll bet you some people had
Oh,
weddings.
that was a
to
wedding song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think
had a
if you
112
play-
song on there. It was called Room 112.
Yeah. I think if you play All My Life at your wedding, you're getting divorced in 5 years. So you're setting yourself up for failure.
You're that guy.
Yeah.
You're like, you can tell.
All My Life.
What was it? That was like The Wedding Planner. There was a movie, and she could tell
Yeah.
that if they played certain songs or
if they play that song, you're getting divorced in 2 years.
This is not
Yeah,
a good
it's
song.
over.
There was a song I really wanted on here. It was called "Let's Ride" by Montel Jordan.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. It was his best. It was his biggest hit. It was bigger than the other.
First of all, nothing's bigger than that.
Yeah, I had some more Puff Daddy stuff.
Oh,
Been
yeah.
Around the World. That was
I had First Night, Monica. Can I Get a Jay-Z?
I had Angel of Mine, Monica.
Oh, good one too.
That's the one I
Yeah.
went with.
Nice and Slow by Usher. Getting Jiggy with it.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't pick
Not
that.
favorite with that. So, but it was just
Foxy Brown had
It
a
was in
hot
the
spot.
club. Yeah.
It was a good one.
I will say that Getting Jiggy with it was in the club so much. When I was in Florida, it was in the club a lot. You go in
My
and it'd
son's
be like,
getting ready to go to Florida.
go in the club, be like, Jiggy with it's on again.
Again. It was everywhere.
Honey, honey, let's ride. DKNY all up in my eye. What do you say? Got a Prada bag with a lot of stuff.
Stop.
Give it to your friend. Let's spin. Look, I don't know why I know all the lyrics to that, but apparently I do. So,
You know who else knew all the lyrics?
Who?
The Pope.
You know who else knows all the lyrics? My wife. She liked that song a lot. That was part of her Mint mix, and Mint was the dance club in Ellensburg.
You know what
what
I
I
would love
remember.
to see is your wife
Yes.
going down the road in her Tercel,
Yes.
blasting Monifa
Monifa. She was.
with the Pope in the passenger seat. And he's just
I
throwing
wanna-
his hat to the...
I like a touch.
And they're going down the 101, and they're just...
That is quite a group together for no apparent reason. 101.
I don't
It'd be on
know.
I-90 probably. Heading over the pass.
I know, isn't that...
Pope, we're going to Issaquah. I like Issaquah. Let's go.
Gets a little breezy up there. Gonna need your parka.
So, all right. Well, we know how much you love our show. Guess what? Wouldn't you? It's lots of fun. And what we like is for you to contact us. So how could you contact us? Well, you can go on the interwebs and you can find us on all the social media sites. We're out there for everything. We have Twitter or X, whatever you're calling it nowadays. We have Facebook. We have a YouTube channel. We have all of that. And don't forget to subscribe to the show. Do us a favor. Share it with a friend. That way you'll never miss any episodes of Totally 80s and 90s Recall.
No, you don't ever want to forget.
No.
Is your brain a Jackson Pollock painting, abstract existential splatters next to a surprisingly precise half-finished crossword puzzle with all the thematics answered, but the pop culture clues blank? Gather round, fellow travelers, on the uncharted path of awesome oddness. Visit Totally 80s, 90s Recall at podbean.com and get ready to say, this podcast is going to be so fetch. Put down the forgetfulness ray gun. Think happy thoughts, not memory deleting ones. Send us an email at 80s90srecall at gmail.com. Consider Dave and I your dust bunnies of forgotten nostalgia. Let us unearth the nostalgic nooks and crannies of your heart and soul and maybe find the occasional lost sock.
That was touching.
Hey, you like
Not
that?
quite as touching as Monifa, but touching nonetheless. So, also, if you can jump on Apple or Spotify, we'd appreciate a quick 5 stars and a review. In fact, I think because of the attention we've given him today, I'm sure the Vatican will give us 5 stars after this episode, right? I think we can expect that. So, but finally, we'd like to thank all of our loyal listeners who reach out to us every week, interact with us, either on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever you find us. We love the feedback and information we may have missed, or just the funny comments that you leave for us. It always makes our day. So why don't you make our day, Rob, and give us your closing thoughts?
All right. So 1998 was a landmark year for hip hop, bursting with creativity and showcasing a diversity of styles. Here's a breakdown. Big hits came from established names like Jay-Z's Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, Lauryn Hill's Doo Wop, That Thing, demonstrating hip hop's growing mainstream appeal. The underground scene thrived with critically acclaimed albums like Black Star's Mos Def and Talib Kweli are as Black Star, released on the same day as Jay-Z's, by the way, bringing a more conscious and lyrical approach. Newcomers like DMX and Big Pun, or Big Punisher, made their mark with debut albums that showcased raw talent and distinct styles. The sheer number of high-quality releases in 1988, from commercial hits to underground gems, solidified hip-hop's position as a dominant musical force and a genre rich in variety. Our list today is just a glimpse into 1998's vibrant hip-hop scene.
Very good. So, well, as DMX told us, we've stopped, dropped, and of course, opened up the shop. And even though that's how the Bavarian Beef Boys roll, that brings us to the end of this episode. We hope you've enjoyed our look back at our favorite rap/hip hop and R&B songs of 1998. If you like today's musical choices, well, who wouldn't? We've provided links to Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. It's nice when I talk in complete sentences. Playlists in the show notes so you can enjoy all these banging songs in their full glory. Finally, we'd like to thank all of our listeners, whether first-timers or subscribers, for hanging out with Rob and I. Hopefully, we were able to give you an hour or so of some laughs, great memories, and good stories about the Vatican. And don't forget to tune in for all new episodes. Totally 80s and 90s Recall every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. What are we doing next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday, we're going to be doing our 4th of July episode.
Ooh.
We're going to...
Hot dogs, hamburgers.
Hot dogs, hamburgers.
Sprinklers.
Apple pie.
Oh.
Slip and slides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otter Pops.
Little sparklers.
Are we bringing all this into the studio?
Sure.
All right.
I think
it's going to be like a picnic
catch it
in
on
here.
fire.
Yeah. So, but I'll be leading this show. You have no idea what's going to happen.
I don't.
So this will be fun.
You've told me no planning.
No planning. Yes. You just have to prepare a hello.
Okay.
And we're going to have a special guest.
Oh.
So everyone tune in. We'll have another voice in the booth, and we'll see if we can have some fun.
That'll be fun. We always have fun.
We always have fun. So, well, you got anything else?
I have got nothing else.
Fancy goodbye?
No fancy goodbye. We're a Vatican-approved podcast.
We like it the 80s and 90s. We should put that on our webpage. Vatican approved.